Hi, welcome to this video, which is in the category of mythologies and meanings. The title of this video is Inanna Descent into the Netherworld. Who was Inanna? And where do we get this story from? Inanna was the queen of heaven. And this story comes from the Sumerian culture. And this story conveys a very deep meaning. This is why it is vital that we examine this story in the context of something much more deeper. This story forms a foundational platform for Greek mythology of Eurydice and Orpheus, the Japanese myth of Izanagi and Izanami, the Mayan myth of Itzama and Ixchel, to the Hindu myth of Satyavan Savitri. Inanna descends to the netherworld for two reasons. First, to observe the funeral rites of Gugulana, the bull of heaven. You remember in the story of Epic of Gilgamesh, Enkidu kills the bull of heaven, which is guarding the cedar forest, the forest of the gods, on their way to find immortality. The second reason is to visit her sister, Ereshkigal, who is the queen of the netherworld, the queen of the dead. So she says before she descends into the netherworld to her minister, Ninkubura, to await her return, and in case she does not come back, to go ultimately to Father Enki, and he will instruct him as to what is to be done. Because she says, Father Enki, the Lord of great wisdom, knows about the life-giving plant and the life-giving water. He is the one who will restore me to life. Inanna already foresees her fate when she descends into the netherworld. She then descends into the netherworld and is met by the gatekeeper Neti, who, knowing what reason Inanna has come down to visit the netherworld, goes down and talks to his mistress. And he says that Inanna has in her possession the 7 divine powers. She has put on a turban, headgear for the open country. She has taken a wig for her forehead. She has hung a small lapis lazuli bead around her neck. She has placed twin egg-shaped beads on her breast. She has covered her body with the pala dress of ladyship. She has placed a mascara, which is called Let a Man Come, in her eyes. She has pulled the pectoral, which is called Come Man Come, over her breast. She has placed a golden ring on her finger, and she is holding a lapis lazuli measuring rod. This gives a full description of all ornaments and dress which Inanna wears when she comes down into the netherworld. As she descends, there are 7 doors through which she has to go through. This is a very important point to note in this myth. As she descends one by one, at each gate, her ornaments are removed, her dress is removed, and ultimately she stands totally naked before her sister. Then the queen of the netherworld orders the 7 judges to decree what is the fate of Inanna, and she is condemned to die. And to cut this long story short, she is then restored to life by her minister Ninkubura with the power of Enki. This is the story of Inanna descent into the netherworld. There is a very deep spiritual meaning behind this particular myth. The 7 doors, denuding of all ornaments, of all clothes, and the ultimate nature of being totally naked before the queen of the netherworld. All this signify a very highly spiritual meaning. Seven doors signifies the seven seals of revelation, seven fires of Matsya Purana, seven chakras in the yoga system. This particular process reveals that when we approach the divine for immortal life, the soul has to denude itself of all coverings, or as we call it, all koshas, and ultimately seek the only thing that is possible is a divine restoration to life, a new life. This is the message I wanted to share with you. Each of these mythologies have got great meaning in the spiritual domain, and let us probe deeply as we read these mythologies and Puranas so that we could gain much more insight and knowledge to elevate our consciousness. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a great life.